Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and today we are going to have a look at the brand new and updated iniBuilds A300. They overhauled the LNAV and the VNAV and did a lot of smaller changes as well, so I'm really excited to fly this one. Fitting into our holiday flight series that I've started here on the channel, we are going from Frankfurt down to Heraklion today, which is a nice 2 hours 35-minute classical holiday flight that Lufthansa operated on the A300s back in the day. So let's join me in the cabin and we are going to make our way onto our flight deck over here to get going in the A300. So we'll take a seat on the captain's seat today and we can start working our way through the procedures over here. So first of all, let's go ahead and switch on those batteries up here, and we're also going to bring the external power to life already so that our aircraft can start powering up. Next to that hydraulic panel we have all the switches off and the quantities are looking good. The wiper switches are off. Landing gear lever is down, slats and flaps handle is retracted and matches the indicator. The reverse levers are down, fuel levers cut off, weather radar is off, and then we can do the APU fire test. So APU is located right down here in the middle. Script test looking good, and the actual fire test itself is looking good as well. Alright then, with that out of the way, it's 24 degrees outside. I do suppose we are just going to start the APU up straight away because, well, it otherwise just is a little hot outside and the aircraft is going to start heating up pretty quickly. Okay, so APU master on, APU starter on, and if we're on it already we can also turn the nav and logo light on as well. Alright then, so the APU is starting, then we can continue with our IRSs, and we've got number 1, number 2, and number 3 all going into nav. Right, on the inertial display selector we can select heading and status up here, and number 1 is selected, that is looking good. Or we could just use the present position, but personally, I'm more a fan of the status as it should show us the remaining time to align. Alright then, oxygen supply is coming on, and annunciator light test. It's looking good and all the lights are working. Now, in case you're wondering, you might have seen that we don't have the modern radio control unit installed over here. Lufthansa actually didn't have them on their A300s, so, well, we got what we got. Okay then, so starting with our FMS preparation, few small things we should do over here right now. First of all, get GSX to start the boarding, please. Or before we do that, let's actually quickly have a look into the flight plan. That might be a bit more logical. So you can see I have basically opened up the menu for you guys already, but let's start at the very beginning, and we are going to import our flight from SimBrief, and we're going to have a look at our flight plan itself. So at 10:00 is going to be our departure time, so that was, well, 2 minutes ago. A little bit of delay, we are just doing it realistically, it's Lufthansa after all. Okay, so into the flight plan then. They've already done our calculations in the operations center, that's excellent. Right, our arrival, Heraklion, 30 degrees, Cabo K, alternate 32 degrees Cabo K. With a couple of gusts, but right down the runway, so that is quite expected. Alright, so overall good weather conditions, also roads is also looking excellent. We'll ignore Antalya for now, that's probably just for reference. Alright, so overall, I don't really see any reason to take much extra fuel over here. The only thing I will take is, since they've added holdings to the flight plan, let's just take a little bit of extra fuel so that we might be able to do a proper holding for once. So let's say 15 minutes extra, that should be roughly, yeah, 1,100 kilos. So if we just make it 20 tons over here, then we should be more than good to go. So let's do 20 tons. Weight and balance. Update from SimBrief. Only the fuel we are going to change into 20. Alright. So that's looking good. Apply load to aircraft. They started the refueling process. And then we can go ahead and ask for GSX, request boarding, and off we go. Okay, so all that good stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and do our walk around and quickly confirm our system statuses. So the oil quantity is looking good. Can't we just click and drag that back? That would be so much easier. Okay, so oil quantity is about full at 20. Which is kind of to be expected. I've just freshly reinstalled the aircraft on my new computer, so kind of expected that we get full quantities and a good shape, but nonetheless we gotta check it. APU back here is showing us full oil quantity as well. You can see it's only just the second APU start over here, because unfortunately all my data was lost when I transitioned from my old to my new computer. But that doesn't matter. Okay, so the oil quantities are looking good, the hydraulic quantities are looking good. The oxygen is looking good up here as well. Then let's go out for the walk around, and we don't need to board the crew. Let's go out for the walk around and have a look at what our plane looks like from the outside. Small bug with the Aviotech Frankfurt over here. If you look at that jetway, that's supposed to be connected right now, but it's literally just facing into the ground. Anyway, I can live with that. Alright, so starting our walk around down here on the static ports, and everything is clean. Going on to the front, the AOA vane and the wing light, I think it is, looking good. And then down to our nose landing gear. Tires are in a good shape, no sign of any damages, that's the most important thing over here. And from the front it's looking alright as well. Then going on further to the front, our pitot tubes are looking good, the tap probes down here are undamaged as well. And the aircraft itself looks perfect. Okay, continuing on the side then, everything's good over here. Over here as well, then we can walk a little bit further to the back. And the static ports are looking good. Alright, as we're here already, quick look at the refueling panel. So 20 tons are on order, that's perfect, and the rest of the fueling should be happening automatically here. Okay, so the leading edge is looking good, no visible damages. Let's have a quick look at our engines. Again, all the leading edge is looking good, perfect. So the bottom of the engine is fine, no scrape marks or anything that would indicate that the pot strike might have occurred earlier. And then we can move along. That's funny, seeing the cover of the fuel hose open over there. But okay, let's move on. The leading edge is looking good. Well, that catering truck is definitely not parking very nice, because we need to take a look down here. But you can kind of see that white cross already, and that's what we need to see over here. Alright, the navigation light is working, the static wick dischargers are all in place. That catering truck is really not parking very well. Alright, and the nav light's working as well. Then let's move along the aft side of the wing, no signs of bird strikes, and getting to the main wheels. So, no damages whatsoever, and where's our brake wear indicator pins? You surely must have some for the aft wheels as well, not just for the front wheels. Apart from that, brakes are looking good. So, where's the indicator pins? On the bottom. Kinda doubt they should be down here, but anyway, here they are, and they are completely sticking out. Alright, so front of the wheel assembly is looking good, no signs of bird strikes, then we can move aft. And down here, no sign of any bird strikes or anything the likes. Leading edges are looking good. Down here we once again have that little thing where we need to see that little white cross. You can see that's actually there. That's the trim tank down here. Static wick dischargers in place. The tailplane is looking good. Static quick discharges here again. Leading edge is looking good. Looks like it might have had a little bird strike over here on that little darker shape there, but they cleaned it and they fixed it. Alright. So then we can move to the front again. And over here we are just quickly gonna do the same checks we did on the other side already. Making sure that everything's in place, making sure that our aircraft is fit for service. So brake wear indicator pins down here looking good as well. And going to the other side, no damages whatsoever. No evidence of a bird strike, then we can move along the trailing edge. And over here we do check for the same thing. Static quick discharges, nav light, no damages, nav light. And we see the white cross. Right then, moving on to the front, to our engine. Here, no damages visible. Nothing on the side as well. No signs of a pop strike. The latches are closed, otherwise it's gonna look spectacular again. And finally, the leading edges are looking good as well. Alright, looks like we've got a perfectly fine aircraft. The only thing that's missing here is the jetways, unfortunately. But then we can board our plane again, and we can start with our flight deck setup. So, a couple of door recap messages to be expected. Let's clear those away. Looking good. Okay, so APU bleed most certainly is gonna come on, and then we can start with our flight deck setup. So, getting a little loud over here, but don't worry about it. Okay. So, it loaded right on the init page. I do believe it should have started on the status page, but anyway. A300-600, CF6 engines, database current. That's all looking pretty good. Alright then, init reference. We are going from Frankfurt towards Heraklion. So Frankfurt to Algiers, and that route looks pretty okay. Going to insert that. And our alternate is going to be Athens. And insert that as well. Our position, that doesn't look right. We're not at 35 north in Frankfurt. Let's cross-check that. So, Navigraph, Frankfurt, reference, no, airport. Let's check those position charts. INS coordinates, here we go. And we're in Alpha 19, that should be 5002.8. Yeah, that would be correct coordinates here, so those down here are definitely wrong. So N5008 point, what's that? No, 5002.8. I really have to type this now. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is not good. I really have to change it like this now. In decimal steps, all the way until... No. I can't be bothered. I will speculate over here that this has no effect at all. I'll hit Align IRS, see what happens, and I bet with you, once the alignment time is over, this is just gonna arrive in Frankfurt. Even though it absolutely shouldn't, with those incorrect coordinates here. But let's see what's going to happen. It'll be interesting. It will be interesting. Okay. Then let's go ahead and continue with our flight deck setup. So, no smoking signs on, fueling is finished, seatbelts coming on. Nothing illuminated on the control panel, the hydraulics are looking all good. Okay, flight recorder ground control coming on. Then we start over here, strobe lights auto, nav logo lights auto. We can turn everything on except the yacht emperor, I believe. No, except the pitch trim, okay. Just gotta wait until the IRS alignment has finished for that. I have to admit I am... Ah, here comes the warning sound. Okay, I forget what I just said. Alright, that's looking good, and the electrics are looking good as well. Alright then, moving on to the next column. The APU is running already. Refueling is complete, so we can turn all those pumps on. We did the APU fire check. Our third radio, well, they said 20-8, that's okay. Flight recorder works. Starting down here, the window heaters can go on. The probe heat will have to wait for a little bit. And then we do the fire check on the right engine. And the squib test. Looking good. So nothing more up here, and finally getting down here. Emergency light armed. We did the annunciator light test. Blades are on as they are supposed to be. And that's all looking good up here. Alright, getting down to the main panel then. Not all that much we can do down here except to check for the system status. Now, QNH, let's see what we actually have. So, Frankfurt weather, 08085, slightly variable, Carbock 24 degrees, 1018. Here we go, 1018 is set, and 1018 going into here as well. Along the standby horizon. There you go, looking good. So, brake anti-skid going off. Parking brake is released. So we shouldn't see that brake pressure indication here. That's probably because they are faking it internally, and even though they don't show you the parking brake set message, Flight Simulator internally the parking brake is probably set right now. So we can't really do the brake check properly here. Okay, so landing elevation. Do we have that anywhere in this flight plan? I believe I asked that question not so long ago already. And I believe we don't have it anywhere in this flight plan. Which is a pity. The standard SimBrief layout covers almost everything, except for that. Okay, anyway, we can live with that. We are just gonna look it up in the chart then. So, Navigraph, Heraklion, arrival, let's say approach, probably going to be a VOR approach, runway 27, and the elevation is 115. Here we go, landing gear test. Works fine. Alrighty, then going down to the pedestal, 22.8, yeah, that's gonna be fine with me. Making sure that we also hear something on our radios. And the interphone can come up as well. Transponder going into above, and we'll take standard Squawk 2000 for now. Here we go. Alright. So that stuff looks pretty good to me. 1 to 1.5 into the right hand radio. And here we go. Alright. So then let's go on with our FMS setup. Cost index 30, flight ID D Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. We'll leave the temperatures and the winds. Alright, so flight plan, Cindy, and we are going to depart off runway 18, and it should be the Cindy 6 Sierra departure. Okay, insert that. And let's go ahead and grab our charts for it. Frankfurt, departure. Indy 6 Sierra, here it is. And let's turn that into daylight mode here. Okay, so Delta Fox 158, max 220 above 800. And we've got that. Then we have Delta Fox 159 above 2,500. We have that. Delta Fox 170 above 4,600, also looking good. And then we continue Umtic Cindy, initial climb clearance 4,000. Can set that only after the IRS alignment is finished, but that's okay. Alright. So routing is looking good down here, that's as expected. Then let's continue with our secondary flight plan, copy the active. Let's see if we can enter custom waypoint over here. So Frankfurt X3, not a database, too bad. Maybe if we go to reference, waypoints, can we add that over here? Yeah, Frankfurt X3, here it is. Now all we gotta find is the coordinates, so just give me a second over here. So north 4937.1. And east 00832.2. And if you're wondering where I just got, not allowed, for real. Well, let's give that one more try. 4937.1 east 00832.2. Not allowed. Well, that's too bad. Maybe if we try the other one. Define waypoints, put it into here. Oh yeah. That looks better. So let's give that a second try. Even though the decimal over here seems strange, it should be one further to the right. Well. But we can enter it over here. Nice. Okay, so on the defined waypoints page, this is a little bit different from the A330, so I am not too worried about it. Okay, then secondary flight plan, Frankfurt X3. Enter a holding over there, 176 right hand turn, that looks good, insert that. And from here, where can we define a new destination in this thing? Actually, I think we have to change it up here. So EDDF/EDDF. It's a little bit different than the A330, so I'm not all too worried about it. Okay, sit runway 18, but can we do that? Yeah, no. Excellent. Okay, insert, runway 18, Frankfurt X3, return to Frankfurt, and for the arrival we take the ILS Zulu 07 Center. Okay. Why couldn't we insert that? Ah, stars none, insert. Okay, here we go. That's looking better. That's exactly what I wanted. Excellent. So, takes a little to get used to this again, but you can see we are getting there. And actually, we could probably put our landing runway into here for an immediate return. Frankfurt 7 Center. That's looking good. Cruise 350, optimum 375. Okay. Well, we'll work on that once we're in the air. Okay, so block fuel. Well, that's definitely wrong. 120 tons, 0 fuel, 105.2. Is that correct? I tell you what, we're gonna enter things from the plant first. No, it should be 109.1. Not sure where those default values came from then. The 128.5 takeoff weight, and that looks roughly okay to me. So, for the fuel figures, taxi is 800. Then 0.7 contingency. Alternate fuel 3.1. And final reserve fuel 2.2. Perfect. Okay, so we've got 600 or 7 minutes extra. Optimum flight level down here, 345. Oh yeah, and now it's changed on the climb page as well, so it just didn't have the correct weights yet on the progress page on that. Okay, well, fine with me. Then let's go for the takeoff and approach page, so we can do our preliminary calculations over here. Takeoff, Frankfurt 18, we'll just synchronize that. Pretty much all looking good. Air conditioning, let's do air conditioning off. Okay, so 65 degrees, 159, 159, 163. And by now the alignment has surely finished, and it does. So, that one goes on, and 163, here we go. Alright, reduction acceleration is 1,000 above the ground, that's looking good, and that is all looking good. Alright, perfect, we can keep these things like they are. Clean speed 213, our speed limit is 220 initially, so pre-select 220. And the initial climb 4,000. Runway heading 176, we can pre-select that as well. Here we go. Alright, so that's our preparations pretty much finished now, almost at least. So, flex takeoff, and we had 60 and a bit. Let's see, 65 degrees. Okay. That is looking good. Excellent, so with that we are pretty much done down here. Alright then, are you ready for the departure briefing? Then, let's go. Frankfurt, runway 18, intersection Lima, Cindy 6 Sierra departure, climbing 4,000, MSA 4,300, extra fuel 7 minutes in form of 600 kilogram. Yep, I agree with that. So, hotspots on this airport is pretty much anything that has wheels fitted to it, so we have a good look left and right at the taxiway, making sure that we are not run over by anything. Apart from that, stop margin for rejected takeoff is not given down here, unfortunately. In any case, engine outside straight at Frankfurt X3, which is 25 miles straight, climbing 5,000, which keeps us safe above the MSA. An immediate return is possible, gross weight 130 tons. I do believe that is below the max landing weight for this airplane, but let me check. Yeah, max landing weight 140, so we're under the max landing weight. Can come back immediately if we have to. I have nothing special or non-standard. We'll put the autopilot on pretty early so that we can see how the new LNAV tracking actually works. And with that, do you have any threats for the departure? No. Me neither. Nothing miscellaneous. Briefing complete. Before start checklist, down to the line please. Cockpit preparation completed. Signs on and auto. Fuel quantity is 20 tons on board. Navigation check set. Landing elevation 100 feet set. Altimeters QNH 1018. reading 360, set left, set right. Brake and anti-skid, normal on, before start checklist complete down to the line. Right, let me say hello to our passengers and then we can go. The APU generator is online, external power can go. So, GSX, prepare for pushback and departure. Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen an Bord dieses Lufthansa-Fluges 1296 nach Heraklion. Mein Name ist Emanuel und ich bin Ihr Kapitän auf diesem Flug. Mit mir im Cockpit eine große Menge an sehr motivierten Kollegen, die Sie heute nach Heraklion fliegen werden. Wir erwarten eine Flugzeit von 2 Stunden und 30 Minuten in einer Reiseflughöhe von 35.000 Fuß und einen weitestgehend ruhigen Flug. Wir bedanken uns ganz herzlich, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste sind. Lehnen Sie sich zurück, genießen Sie den Flug und wenn es etwas gibt, womit wir Ihnen den angenehmer gestalten können, zögern Sie nicht, sich an unseren Flugbegleiter zu wenden. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit und noch einmal herzlich willkommen an Bord. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome aboard this Lufthansa flight 1236 towards Heraklion. My name is Emanuel and I'm your captain today. With me in the flight deck, a lot of highly motivated first officers who are going to fly you over to Heraklion today. The flight time is going to be 2 hours and 30 minutes at a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet or roughly 10,300 meters. We expect a smooth flight, however, as so-called clear air turbulence can occur at any moment, even without any visual indication of it outside. We do request that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times. Again, thank you very much for being our guests today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. Okay, so the passengers are dealt with. Let's close that door. And then let's go for our clearance, please. Yeah, that's the wrong chart. That's the one we're looking for. So 122035. Frankfurt Apron, wunderschönen guten Morgen, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima Heavy, request clearance to Heraklion. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, Frankfurt Apron, correction, Frankfurt Delivery, schönen guten Morgen. Clear to Heraklion, Cindy 6 Sierra departure, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 2107. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, clear to Heraklion, Cindy 6 Sierra, climb 4,000 feet, squawk 1207. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, read back correct. Are you ready for startup? Affirm, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Roger, start approved, contact apron 121855. Tschüss. 121855, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Tschüss. Okay, Cindy 6 Sierra is confirmed, 4,000 feet, squawk 1207. Alright. So, transponder coming on. Frankfurt Apron, hallo, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, Alpha 19, request push and start. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, pushback approved. Push approved, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Okay, so just a quick check. GSX should have closed everything. Yeah, they did. Cabin crew, arms lights. Okay, remove power, remove chocks. And, oh yeah, here's the jetway again. The one that went into the bottom. So, no traffic behind us, looking good. So, yeah, I really don't have an area chart here, so we'll just take area 1. Okay. Before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors. Closed. Beacon on. Park and brake. Set. Before start checklist complete. Ground flight deck. Hallo, der Boden hier. So, please confirm. Ground checks completed, doors and hatches closed, and the airplane's ready for push. That's all confirmed. Roger, then we clear the push area 1. Park and brake is released. Roger, starting the push area 1. Stand by for engines. Stand by. Okay. And off we go. So that's the one we did not need, that is the one we need. Interesting. Most interesting for sure. GSX at its best again. Okay, we cleared the road, clear the start engines. Roger, starting in sequence 1, then 2. Well, can we actually do 2 then 1 in this aircraft? I keep forgetting. On the A330 we do 1 then 2. And... oh, it's actually number 2 first in the A300. Okay. Well, in that case, engine 2 start. And 2. Engine 2, FADEC channel default, ProArt on. Yeah, we'll start the engine first. Okay, we have oil pressure, we have N1. Okay, clear engine 2. Clear. And we have a good start in engine 2, starting engine 1, clear 1, engine 1 start, N2, engine 1, FADEC channel A fault, yeah, come on, clear engine 1, clear engine 1, why can't I clear that? Hello? There we go. Had to rape that button. Okay, flight at ground. Push complete. Set brakes. Brake sets. And we have 2 good starts, clear to disconnect, show me the sign on the right, please, with a pin. Have a wonderful day. Bye now. Okay, quick check for the takeoff trim setting. 0. Okay. And here we go, 0 is set. So here comes the talk. all we need is the ramp agent. And there he goes, pin in hand. Excellent. Okay, clear signal is seen after start checklist. Pitch trim, 0 set. Rudder trim, 0. Spoilers, armed, slats, flaps, 15 and 15. Ecom status. Let's actually do a quick recall over here. Checked, anti-ice, off, hand signal received after start checklist complete. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and do the flight control track while we're standing. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Okay, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, heavy, request taxi. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, taxi November 5, November, hold short November 10. November 5, November, hold short November 10, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Clear right side, clear left side. Why is this stuck on normal now? Oh god. Aircraft. Hello? Yeah, that's strange. But we'll deal with it when we are on the long straight line called November. So basically we are going out over here, onto November over here, and then hold short November 10, which is in front of the fuel depots. You can see that a little bit nicer on that chart over here. So coming up from here, November, hold short November 10. That's normal in Frankfurt. Okay, where's the A321 going there? Okay, let's give way to him. Oh, the wonderful AI of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hi there. Bye there. Wonderful AI, isn't it? Alright, well, nice to meet you, my friend. Let's continue our taxi. So, a little bit careful here on the turns. It's quite hard to judge your actual ground speeds sitting that high. This is looking much better. Okay, so far so good. Then we have the Westhof on the right side there, and once we're past this, we can basically continue on the next frequency, which is going to be 121.755. And then we can go ahead and deal with a little bit of stuff inside the flight deck. Okay, nobody coming on the left. Nobody coming on the right. November 10 is coming up over there. Abeam the fuel depots. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, contact apron 121755. 121755, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Frankfurt apron, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, hold short November 10. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, continue all the way, runway 18. Continue all the way 18, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Okay, excellent. So, with that stuff out of the way now, let's see if we got a bit of time to deal with the ecam problem here. Stuck on norm. Ah, that's better. Not sure how exactly I achieved that, but, well, we have the result we wanted. That's all that counts, isn't it? Okay, flight control check is done, so auto brake max, speed brake armed, and weather radar is coming on. Okay, takeoff config. Okay. I have no changes to the departure briefing. Everything's as it is. And that's it. Before takeoff checklist to the line, please. Flight controls, checked. Briefing, confirmed. Slats flaps, 1515. Performance and FMA. So we've got a 159, 159, 163, and NAF is armed. Okay, takeoff config, checked. Transponder, set. Before takeoff checklist complete down to the line. So that turn is less than 30 degrees. We can take this at a little bit higher than normal speed, no problem. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, contact tower 124.855. 124.855, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, bye. Frankfurt Tower low, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima heavy, ready for departure. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, Frankfurt Tower low, line up runway 18. Line up 18, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. We'll wait a little bit with the pack so that it doesn't get too warm in the aircraft. Okay, so gonna be a little bit hard to time our departure with all those arrivals over here, but we'll get that done somehow. Okay, packs off. Before takeoff checklist below the line. Cabin secured. Tigas. Tara. Where is it? Yes, it is. Packs. Off. Ignition. Off. Anti-ice. Off. Before takeoff checklist complete. Okay, we'll wait for the landing over here. Thereafter we can go. Runway 18 is always a little bit of a problem here because of the chance that a very light airliner lifting off over here might fly right into the arrivals onto 07 right. So that's a bit of a problem there. And that's the reason why you would normally not get a takeoff clearance until there is no inbound within 4 nautical miles of the arrival. The only exception to that is if you can taxi forward a beam mic. Then they say a beam mic, there is basically no chance anyone would lift off in time to cause a problem with the arrivals anymore. Okay. Well, that was more like a 777 lineup. Let's correct that. Oh, guy flying a go-around. Hello there. Alright. So I think we're good to go over here. Departure frequency 13613. We can definitely pre-select that. Here we go. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, wind 04085, runway 18 clear for takeoff. 18 clear takeoff, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Ready? Takeoff. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. .100 knots, checked. V1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Command 1. Okay, accelerate. A little bit left and right here. Yeah, you'll get your packs, don't worry. So set climb thrust. Flaps 0. Flaps up. Slap 0, however you say that in the A300. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima identified, contact departure 13613. Tschüss. 3613, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Tschüss. Langrad low, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima Heavy, 3600, climbing 4000. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, Lang identified, climb flight level 130. Climb level 130, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Okay, 13000 blue, speed. So. I think that warning came a little bit early, but just my personal perception here. Okay, profile thrust, profile climb. Set standard. Standard cross-check, passing flight level 53. Now. Checked. After takeoff climb checklist. Slats flaps, retracted, landing gear, up neutral, packs, on, altimeters, standard. After takeoff climb checklist complete. Alright, here we go. So the engines are in climb thrust and we don't need you anymore. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, proceed direct Harem. Harem, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Eight Lima Lima, contact Lang, 1252, bye. 252, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, tschüss. Can barely read that down here. Lang low, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima Heavy, passing level 87, climbing 130, inbound Harem. Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima, Lang low identified, direct Nombo, climb level 240. Direct Nombo, climb level 240, Lufthansa 8 Lima Lima. Flight level 240 blue. Nombo. passing 100. Should probably have disarmed you before. Okay. I think we can release our passengers now. And that's about it. So, what do we have now? Cruise 350, optimum 350. Yeah, perfect. What else could you wish for, huh? So, Frankfurt into here. And copy active. That's looking interesting. Okay. So, arrival 13:36. That's probably going to be a little bit late right now. 13:10 is the schedule. Yeah, 25 minutes late, that's alright. I can live with that. Nonetheless, what's Cluster Next 100 gonna do? Barely any change. I tell you what, we'll fly CI 100. That's just gonna be a little bit quicker. What Mach number does that give us? Not calculated. Nah, okay. Well, that's fine. We'll manage. Alright. And with that, we're up in the air. At some point, we'd get handed over to Rheinräder. They'd give us clearance to our cruising level, so let's go ahead and do that. Here we go, Throttle 350 blue. And from there on, there is really not all that much more for us to do. All the numbers are looking good. We did what we could in regards to the delay. And that is really it. Okay. With that, I'd say we fast forward a little bit, and I see you all as we start our preparation for the arrival into Heraklion. And that much be said, we will have a little surprise waiting for us over there. And here we are again, nearing our destination. We have just passed already Athens, which we can still see behind us. Down there is Athens Airport, and we are just about to start our approach preparation today. Now let's go ahead and start working on the approach. ATC unfortunately has something in mind for us today, so we are going to have a slight rerouting over here. And we'll have a look into that right now. So unfortunately, our planned arrival is closed today, so we will not be able to fly that, but much rather we have to plan for a different arrival. So let's go ahead and do that. In terms of the SIDs, we can have a look at that down here, and I believe that's our chart right over here. Originally we were meant to come in via the Xabis 1 Alpha arrival. Unfortunately, they are replanning us onto the Navus 1 Bravo arrival. Now, obviously, the reason we're doing that is because the latest iniBuilds update has added new LNAV to the aircraft, and according to the iniBuilds forum, that new LNAV also comes with the ability to fly DME arcs, and that is what we are going to check today. So there is no better place to do that than Greece, so we are going to do a lovely double DME arc arrival, featuring the 19 DME arc from Heraklion VOR on the Navus 1 Bravo over here, and then we're going to fly the VOR approach for runway 27, which we can find over here, which once again, out of Gonzo, features another DME arc, making things, well, about as interesting as it gets in regards to DME arcs. So we are really going to put the airplane through its paces today. In case things do go wrong, of course we still have the RMP approach for runway 27 available, which we can fly down here. Okay, so that's pretty much our plan for this arrival, so let's go ahead first of all and start to reprogram that arrival for us. So onto Heraklion down here, we are going to fly the VOR DME approach, runway 27, and as mentioned, we are going to do this on the Navus 1 Bravo arrival. Let's go ahead and find that. Here it is, Navus 1 Bravo. The arrival ends down here at Gonzo, so we are going to take the Gonzo transition for this approach. Okay, insert that, and now we just got to work on that arrival once again in order to rebuild our route. Because obviously we are not going to do this. But much rather, we are going to take Xabis out of the flight plan and we'll go towards Navus straight away. Okay, so clear Xabis. So we have Givis Navus. Let's check that out. And that looks like what we've planned. Note that I have not turned on the curved flight plan options, as the real A300 didn't have that, according to iniBuilds. So we are going to work just based upon what we have over here. But apparently, even though it is not drawn correctly, it should still be flown correctly. So excited to see how that is going to work in action. Alright, let's continue on then with our arrival planning. So we're going to start getting a look at the latest weather down here. Update that please. And Heraklion is now 318 kVk, 31 degrees 1007. And well, we can at least pre-select that one down here. And 1007 going into here as well, and back to standard. Okay, so that good stuff is done. Our route down here is more or less checked as well. Let's just go ahead and take a closer look at it here. So we're going to start on the Navigraph app again. So Navus, we continue inbound Heraklion 108.8 until 21 DME in. Okay, so Navus and 21 DME, that's the latter uniform, so that seems correct to me over here. Then join the 19 DME arc until radial 047. So that's 047 over here. On towards Gonzo. And that's indeed what we are supposed to have. 333 should be the in-mount heading. Can we see that anywhere here? Wait a moment, what did I say? 233. And this is 211. Well, not quite correct. Okay, then we have another DME arc down here, which is then already part of the VOR approach procedure. And that brings us onto the 270 course inbound. And we turn at the radio 080, 270 course inbound, and we have that good stuff down here. Okay, and that's what it looks like. So, let's see. We have the Fox Delta at 7 dme, missed approach point at 1.5 dme, minimums 1100. Let's go ahead and preset that down here. Okay. So, that good stuff is done already then. Well, last but not least, what else do we have to do over here? We set the navigation to the VOR. We should be able to tune them down here. And we can go with Heraklion 108.8. And here we go. So let's go ahead and tune some conventional backup to monitor how accurate the aircraft really flies the entire thing. So 189 is going to be our first course. No, that was a bit quick. 189, here we go. Okay, we don't need no ILS, but we do need the second radio as well, so that's also going to go into VOR 108.8. By the way, I do like the delay between switching it on and then actually getting an indication down here. That's quite neat. Of course, that's easy to do stuff, but the fact they did it is quite nice. Okay, so progress page, fuel prediction, what do we have down here? Extra is 11 minutes right now. That's looking quite good. On the approach page, flaps 30 approach, most likely, as we don't have a very long runway, but we're gonna find out about that when we do our preparation. Okay, so, that's pretty much our setup complete in terms of what we need down here. So let's go on then on to our landing calculation. So landing, Heraklion, synchronized please. Runway is going to be 27. That's looking roundabout good. Extra speed, let's take 5 knots on top. Okay, dry. Let's calculate for config 30. Braking, auto brake low. Let's see what we're going to get. Okay, so that's quite long. Factor distance 2,700. What's the exact runway length once again? 2,714. Okay, well, that doesn't leave us a lot of margin over here, but I suppose it's gonna work just like that. In any case, what would we get with auto brake medium? Yeah, that's probably a lot better, huh? I'll tell you what, we do auto brake medium just for the sake of it. Okay then. Of course I missed the top of descent once again, but that shall not be too much of a problem here. Got about 90 miles to go, so shouldn't be much of an issue at all. Okay, let's start with flight level 200, level change, maintain Mach 0.8, that looks good. And down we go. Alright then. I think in terms of what we need for the setup, that's pretty much all. Down here, landing flaps is selected at 30 or 40 already. MDA 1100. And what's going to be our slope for the approach? It's a 3.3 degree angle, so this is correct. Okay, excellent. I think this looks quite good. Let's go ahead and copy the flap line to the secondary. And that should really be it. Right, leaving our cruise level, let's put on the fasten seatbelt sign as the descent might get a little bit steeper here. And then let's go ahead with our approach briefing, please. Okay, thank you. So, for the briefing, MSA, pretty high in the south, over water in the north. And I think I'm pretty happy with the overwater part. So apart from that, it is going to be a double DME arc arrival, Navus 1 Bravo, for the VOR approach runway 27. The minimum is going to be 1,100 feet, and missed approach, we're going to fly it out of the box, really. So apart from that, I don't have anything special. I think that's it mostly, isn't it? Yeah, extra fuel 10 minutes. Okay. Excellent. So, the guidance for the approach is going to be as automated as it gets. Landing flaps 40, stop margin is now in the region of about 20... What did I say? We need 1900. Yeah, so stop margin is in the region of about 800 meters. Reversers will be used, auto brakes medium, planned runway exit. Hopefully we can make it directly out to the left here via taxiway alpha. If not, we might have to use the turn pad at the end. Well, apart from that, no hotspots, nothing special. Threats? High terrain down to the south. Yep. Terrain display is going on. But that's it. Okay, questions? No? Excellent. Then let me do a quick PA and say goodbye to our guests. Liebe Fluggäste, wir haben unseren Sinkflug in Richtung Kreta gestartet. Flugzeit noch etwa 20 Minuten. Das Wetter aktuell bei ca. 30 Grad mit klarem Himmel. Aus dem Cockpit haben wir auch schon eine schöne Sicht auf unseren Zielflughafen. Und wir möchten uns an dieser Stelle dann von Ihnen verabschieden. Wünschen Ihnen einen wunderschönen Urlaub, gegebenenfalls eine gute und sichere Weiterreise und hoffen, Sie bald wieder an Bord eines unserer Flugzeuge begrüßen zu dürfen. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Ladies and gentlemen, from flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We've started our descent towards Crete with a remaining flight time of about 20 minutes. The weather at the moment very good. Clear skies, temperature 30 degrees. We already have a lovely view on Crete from our flight deck and hope that you will have one on the left side of the aircraft on our arrival as well. Thank you very much for your attention and we hope to see you again soon. Okay, I'm back and back on the radio as well. Okay, good. Lufthansa 8 Kilo, contact arrival 123.975. 23975, Lufthansa 8 Kilo. Arrival, good morning, good afternoon, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Heavy, flight level 188 descending 100. Lufthansa 8 Kilo, continue via the arrival, Navus 1 Bravo, expect VOR approach runway 27. Navus 1 Bravo, VOR 27, Lufthansa 8 Kilo. Okay, that's Heraklion right down here. So, the seatbelt signs are on already. Very, very good. Okay, so we are now approaching level 150. That means we need about 60 nautical miles. Would be really nice if we had that summary down here. But here it is, 48 miles. So let's go ahead and help the airplane a little bit here. Bit of speed brakes. I tell you what, give me vertical speed over here and we'll start a speed reduction already. So 220 knots should be more than sufficient for the DME arc. Do we have any estimated distance on here? No, unfortunately not. But should be alright. If this is like 7 miles, yeah. If we reach Nabos in level 100, that should be more than good. And let's help it slow down a bit more. Full speed brake. Slow the descent a little bit to help it reduce speed. Lufthansa 8 Kilo, descend 3000 feet, QNH 1007. Lufthansa 8 Kilo, descending 3000, 1007. And that's still current, is it? Yes, it is. Okay, great. So, speed brake's going back in. Level change. Set QNH. QNH 1007, cross check 10,700. Wait a moment. Here we go. 1007 cross check, passing 10,500. Now, checked. Alright, so we're at 20 DME, entering the arc. It should be 19 DME. So let's see what the aircraft is actually going to fly. Reaching 3,000 down there, that looks about right. So, reaching 19 DME now. Let's see if it's just going direct to the next waypoint or if it is actually going to fly a proper arc. In the meantime, approach checklist, please. And we've passed 10,000. So, lights on, VOR selected. Okay, that looks to me like it might be going for an arc over here. Hard to tell right now. But 18.8 miles. Yeah, I think that's pretty fine. It is flying the arc indeed. Wonderful. Okay, so, approach checklist, please. Signs, on, briefing, confirmed, ecom status, checked. Altimeters, QNH 1007. Minimums, 1100 set, ignition, off, landing elevation, 100 feet set. Approach checklist complete. Okay, exactly on 19 DME. That's quite impressive. Exactly what it's supposed to do. So, constraints selected, let's see, reaching 3,000 round about here. Let's help it a little bit more. Okay, and it's leaving the arc, passing radial 047, a tiny bit early. And it should proceed on 233 in Monte Gonzo. It does not look to me like it's trying that, but rather it's going from the 47 direct to Gonzo. So from here, direct here, rather than doing this. So maybe the overflight definition for the turn point is missing. Can't tell for sure. All I can tell is that this is not exactly the correct inbound course yet. we have a look at it on the Rose mode down here, we should be on 233 inbound. And if I dial that up, you can see it's actually flying a little bit offset here. More like 228-ish. But okay. Let's return to our standard display over here. And then we can pre-select... Oops, that was a little bit wide. Can pre-select the final approach course, 270. Here we go. Okay, approaching Gonzo. From here we should now enter the next arc. This one is going to be the 12th DME arc until passing radial 080. We'll lower the plane off in 3000, then we're going to start speed reduction. Okay, slots 15. Speed checked. So we should be on the 12th DME arc. It is 11.8. Yeah, that's okay. That's not too shabby. Flaps 15. Let's slow down, 160. Next up, we're going to go down to 2,500. And we can start the descent when passing radial 080. Okay, descent 2,500 please. Gear down, flaps 20. Lufthansa 8 kilo established. Flaps 40. Speed checked. Okay, final approach speed 128. We'll take 5 knots of wind correction here. So 133 please. Here we go. So, profile is engaged. We'll set the MDA. 1100. Ooh, that's quite an input there. Okay, the vertical path is coming in. 3.3 degree glide. And that's our runway inside over there. So, starting the descent. So, 6 miles, we're looking for 2,148. Okay, that's 6 miles, and it's flying 100 feet high. Come on, profile mode. You should get me down now. So 5 miles, 1,800. Okay, that's 5 miles. Yeah, 200 feet high. But it's trying to get there. Let's monitor how the aircraft is going to perform. In the meantime, descent checklist, please. Oh, sorry, landing checklist. It's landing gear, down, auto brake, medium. Anti-skid, checked. Slats flaps, 30-40. Spoilers, armed, landing checklist complete. Okay, 4 DME. We are there now. 1,444 on profile. Nice. So Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo, contact tower 120.85. 120.85, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo. Tower Calimera, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo Heavy VOR 27. Okay. So minimum, continue. 3 whites, correcting. Flight director off. Man, too many switches I have to hit here. Let's just do that visual. We'd really need the second pilot right now. So, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo, runway 27, wind 300@16, clear to land. Man, the airplane barely reacts to my inputs. Okay, speed brake up, thrust goes normal. $70 knots. Manual brakes. Two hours 33. Welcome to Heraklion. Okay then, vacate to the left. Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo, connect ground, 121.7. 121.7, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo, bye. Heraklion Grand, good afternoon, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo Heavy, runway vacated. Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo, ground, good afternoon, taxi stand 4 via Delta. Stand 4 via Delta, Lufthansa 8 Kilo Kilo. Okay, straight ahead and then a right hand turn towards the end. Okay. Well, I figure the gates are probably not marked correctly, so we'll just take it as it is. Brake temperature high. Yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, so taxi routing is understood. Come on, you can start to taxi. And after landing checklist. Flat flaps about to be retracted. Transponder. XP&DR. Weather radar. Off. Spoilers disarmed. APU started. After landing checklist complete. Okay, so straight ahead initially, not this one but the next one to the right. And there's our ground crew already. Excellent. Okay, stand 4 is written on here, so we are going the right way. I kind of prefer to taxi with the view up a little bit, because it means I can actually see something in front of me. Okay, lights off. And off we go. Quite hard to see any of those lines. Here we go. Here we are. Okay, park brake set. So, APU running. Cabin crew, all doors and park. So, disarm those doors, and here we go. Okay. So, what's the brake temperature right now? 405. Yeah, let's turn the brake fan on. Okay, parking checklist. APU bleed, on, engines, off, differential pressure, 0, lights and signs, set. Fuel pumps, off, window and ProArt, off, parking brake and shocks, brake set. Parking checklist complete. Alright then, let's go ahead and get our deboarding going. We can attach a ground power and some shocks, please. Even though the ground power will only be used to relieve the APU generator here, we'll definitely keep the APU running. It's a temperature of almost 30 degrees outside. Definitely a good call to keep that APU going. Strange that I need to hit the clear button so often in order to get rid of those ecam messages. Okay, that's looking much better there. Alright. So, thank you very much for flying along, everyone. I sure hope that you had your fun. And I'm very much looking forward to see you all again on the next one. In the meantime, welcome to Crete, enjoy your holidays, and I'm looking forward to see you all again as we make our flight back to Frankfurt. Now, last but not least, a little feedback here on the A300 update. So the sounds... Whoa, that's some speedy bus over there. So the sounds still pretty good on that A300. I do absolutely like them. And I have to say, I'm impressed by the way the aircraft flew the DME arc. And the only thing that was not that good was the managed non-precision approach there. Initially it had some problems with the vertical guidance. It took a little while until it actually got the aircraft onto the correct vertical path. Once we got there, however, everything worked as it should. So, a little sloppy intercept, apart from that, an okay arrival. The next one we're probably going to try using selected nodes rather than managed. But for now, all I can say is thank you very much for watching. It is a good update of the A300 indeed. It was fun to fly this, and with all of that out of the way, I'm very much looking forward to welcome you all again onto our next service. Thank you very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you for watching, and see you all again on the next one.